But that's the thing, Arkansas. I don't just date picky eaters, you know? I date crazy women, too. No, not because, like, I want to or anything, but, like, this attracts that for some reason. I haven't figured it out yet. But I'll be honest with you. I'd been dating this girl for a little while, and I didn't like her that much. No, but, like, I was like, I'm going to keep dating her. This will be good for stand-up material. And I was right. You know, like, every time we went out, I was like, I cannot wait to talk about you in front of strangers. Most interesting person I've ever met, you know, and not in a good way. So we're out on this date, and it turns out she's a wild conspiracy theorist. Uh-oh, you know. So she starts hitting me rapid fire, all these conspiracy theories, one after the other. She's like, COVID's fake. The earth is flat. There's a glass dome around us. And I played along, you know, because, like, I was just trying to get her home. So I was like, I'm going to show her I can do conspiracy theories, too. So I was like, yeah, everything that you said, and also the moon landing was fake. I, like, crossed my arms. You know, I was real proud of myself. And she looks at me and she goes, "Aw, you think the moon is real?" I kind of did, you know, for a second there. Before you brought that up, that's a great point, you know. And she goes, "You don't get it, CAIN. I'm an intellectual. I'm just trying to escape the Matrix." That's what she said to me. Yeah, and I think she did escape because I haven't heard from her in a while. I just hope everything's going okay. I don't know. It's just dating's weird. I think dating's so tough because, like, you have to know who you are as a person before you can, like, really start dating, right? Because you can't love anyone until you love yourself. So I've been doing a lot of, like, deep diving into my own psyche. I've been, like, trying to figure out who am I as a person. And I've just come to the conclusion that I'm a hater, you know? That's my thing. That's what gets me going, you know? Like, if I'm in line at the grocery store and it's taking too long, I'm gonna break all the Kit Kats. I don't need you doing that. That's my job, all right? I'm the type of guy that, like, I like to walk around with sandpaper in my pocket, right? That way, if I see a sign with some Braille, I can just sand that down. I don't need them reading nothing, all right? I just hate a lot of things, you know? I hate the beauty industry, right? They make me feel bad for my size. I don't appreciate that at all. You know, I've been trying to lose some weight recently. It's weird. It's weird telling your friends you're trying to lose weight, you know? I'll tell my friends, like, yeah, I'm trying to lose weight. They'll be like, oh, good. What? That's crazy, you know? You felt that way the whole time? I was expecting more of like a no, not you, you know, like... That seems more appropriate to me. I don't know, it's just weird. It's weird for me, like, the whole weight loss thing, because, like, I've never had a problem with drugs or alcohol, right? Food has always been my addiction. That's been my thing that keeps me going back. What I'm trying to tell y'all is, like, I don't know what heroin feels like. But if I had to imagine, I think it's similar to, like, Whataburger at 2 in the morning. You know, like, I think I get the same, like, dopamine rush off of that as, like, someone does shooting up in their arm, right? And, like, the problem with, like, this job, being a comic, being a comedian, is, like, this job is just essentially working at a bar. That's what this is. So I have a lot of comedian friends that actually struggle with alcoholism, and they don't like when I do that heroin joke, you know? They get real upset. They come up to me after shows and they're like, "Hey, CAIN, that's real messed up that you joke about stuff like that. You know, I actually struggle with alcoholism, and I have to come here every day, and I have to smell liquor, and I have to remind myself, today's gonna be the day I don't fall off the wagon." And I'm just standing there like, yeah, well, you know, they sell cheese sticks here too, right? How you think I'm doing right now, buddy? I think we're in the same boat, you know? If anything, I'm worse off. You could just stop drinking. If I stop eating, I die. And, like, they don't get it. It doesn't click in their head. They don't understand there's no, like, 12-step program for me, right? If there was 12 steps, I'd be out of breath. And, like, that's the problem. Since I've gained the weight, you know, I've developed all these, like, fat tips and tricks that I didn't know I had from before, right? Like, as a man that's grown up in Texas his whole life, I've never seen the point of heated seats in a car. Until one day, I was in the drive-thru, and I was like, well, this will keep my food warm on the way home. I'm serious. It's at the point now, as I'm driving in, I'm like, let me preheat this oven. All right, y'all ready to keep this show going?